Welcome, everyone. I have a very special guest for you today, a good friend of mine that I've known for a while, a great author and speaker, Bill Beausay. I have him on here today to show you something really, really cool that can help your business out and help get your name out there. Bill, you there?
I'm here, Elsa. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you're here with us today. I really
It's great to be
appreciate it,
here.
and I'm hoping this helps everyone.
Yeah, me too. I've got some good stuff.
Well, let's see what you got. Introduce
Okay.
yourself. Book. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Elsa, it's kind of funny. You and I have gone back and forth many times in the past about the ups and downs of the real estate business. And one of the things that's always struck me about it, I've been doing real estate for a long time, mostly flips, but the hard thing about that is that, it's so hard. We live in such a noisy world, man. I mean, there are so many competitors, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, what part of this business you're in, there's competitors. And like I like to say, it used to be you had 60 seconds to make an impression on somebody. Well, now it's really, truly about 5 seconds. It's, we have gotten to and I think technology has done this. Everything is so rushed, and we sift through things very fast, and we judge people really quickly. We size them up fast, and you got about 5 seconds to make an impact or an impression, and then they move on to the next thing. I was sitting at Arby's the other day, Elsa, you'll laugh, getting my 2 gyros for $5 or whatever it was, and I had to wait for like 30 seconds, and I was getting frustrated. And I thought, isn't this weird? You can get frustrated and bored and upset in 30 seconds. It's the world we live in. Making an impression is just about that hard too. But let me ask you this. Here's I'm just going to talk to you about making an impression and really cutting through the noise and kind of being a one of a kind. Really out there today, honestly, we need a competitive edge. Every one of us does. And if you want to stand out from the group, you need something different. There's some way to just to meet people and build some powerful impact. Again, I talked about the noise and literally becoming unforgettable. And, honestly, Elsa, we've talked about this before. So much of my perspective on the real estate business is you got to have fun with this. If you're not having fun with this, I just really wonder if it's even worth your time. You really should make a lot of money and have a lot of fun. And so I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, I've spent my whole professional career. I've written and I've spoken and I've done online courses and I've done a lot of different kinds of stuff. And for me, it's like I'm constantly looking at what are my options to really stand out there. Obviously, social media ads, direct mail flyers, radio, TV, podcasts, networking functions, chamber events. I'm just throwing this stuff. What is an individual investor's or business person's options in terms of standing out in the crowd? The problem with all this stuff is that every one of these things are pretty much jammed up. And maybe I put others down here because I think each one of us are probably all looking for the way that we can do something that kind of stands out a little bit. What I always come up against, and this has happened to me for a long time, Elsa, is I say there's just got to be a better way. Social media requires a lot of time and effort. If you're going to start doing a blog, you got to do a blog every day, every week for the rest of your life. If you're going to, take advantage of, try to get eyeballs and Facebook ads and so on, it's time consuming, but you really have to work at it. The problem is a lot of us, the challenge we have is we have to move more quickly. We can't wait to develop a huge database like you have, Elsa. It's taken you years to do that. A lot of us need marketing action quickly, fast. And unfortunately, a lot of things I talked about in that last slide there just are time consuming, but we got to move quicker. And as I like to say, we need something that can do the heavy lifting for us, something that can really leverage our time, something that can really introduce us sometimes without us even being there, without even saying a word, and something that really grabs attention. You've heard the saying that you can swing a cat and hit 5 realtors around you or 5 real estate investors. It seems sometimes that the market's just that crammed with people, competitors that are trying to get everybody's attention. And you just need something that rises above all that. And I asked myself the question, what could do that? For me, because of what I do for a living, it was always a book authored by you about you and your business and what makes you special, what makes you stand out. And when this thought first dawned on me a couple years ago, I thought, I wonder how I could do this without killing myself, without requiring too much effort to write books. And so I created this. It's I titled it literally, "You Can Call Me Billy." And anybody that's watching this video, you can call me Billy. This is how I introduce myself, and I have been stunned by what's happened with this. I want to explain to you. The main thing, and this is the simple truth, authors are special in this world. If you've written a book, I'm not talking about an ebook, I'm talking about a real book that you can hold in your hand. Book authors stand out. They are kind of in a league by themselves. But there's some problems with that for the average person. The first one is, who has the time to write a book, for crying out loud? They are time consuming to put together. Number two, what do you even do? I mean, do you even know how to do that? And what do you say? Even if you wanted to write a book and be an author, what the heck do you say? Most of us just don't even have that much. And after that, how do you get it published? And how do you do that? How do you approach a publisher? If you want to self-publish it, who are the printers you go to? And then once you have all that, how do you get it distributed? These are major questions that anybody that's going to write a book they're challenged by it. And for all intents and purposes, it looks really, really hard to write a book. Well, I'll tell you what, I created a really crazy, great solution to this. And this is unbelievable. Everywhere I go, everyone says this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It boils down to this. Let me do it for you. I've got a system for writing a book that you do really next to nothing. And when I say, and I'm going to explain that in a minute exactly what you do. Your participation in this is so small. I literally do the writing and the creating for you. I put together a book with your face on the cover. You are the star of this book, man. It's all about you. And I do it basically for you. I've got a system for that. Can you just picture that? Can you see your face on the cover of a book? And you're telling your story in your own words. And in this, I've created so that you can include special offers for your business, testimonials about other people you've worked with, some of your favorite quotes. If you're a quote person, your personal vision, family pictures. If you're a veteran, getting pictures of perhaps your service in there. The list of possible content here is endless. You can put in Bible verses. You can put in sayings that your mom or your dad told you growing up, stuff that formed you. You can literally create this book to tell the world about you. And I'm telling you, when people get these books, it changes them. They don't throw them away. The content possibilities are really pretty endless. And look, the truth of the matter is, I know how to do this. I know how to do it probably better than anybody else you're going to meet. I've written books for all the major publishers in America. This is just a smattering of them. I've done more than this with all the big New York publishing houses, the major Christian publishers, and I've even self-published a couple as well. And I've written these marketing books for people that follow the same process that I'm going to tell you about right now. You'll see that some of these covers are some of my earlier ones, and then I've since hired a professional designer to put together the covers that we do now. You can probably tell the difference here. But the fact of the matter is, when you walk in with a book and you throw it down, it's about you. People stop and they look and they listen. Let me do it for you. Let me explain how my introduce your book process works, because it's pretty cool. First of all, this is what I do. I'll get this book done. I can't tell you how many people over my career have said, I want to write a book. And they've come to me and they've wanted me to help them. And I've ghost written a lot of books too. In fact, sometimes when people ask me what I do, I tell them I'm a ghost, because I ghost wrote books for a long time. The biggest problem I faced is that people couldn't get it done. They couldn't write up what they needed to write up. They didn't have time to meet with me. So these books languished and they didn't get finished. This frustrated me because I wanted people to finish their books. It's one thing to have an idea you really want to pump one out there. It's another thing completely to finish it. My job is to finish your book and make sure it gets done. I take your success very personally. This is the ultimate marketing tool. And if you're going to sign on with me to do this, I want to make sure that it's a game changer for you and your business, that when it comes down to doing business with you or the next competitor up the road from you, that people pick you because you've stood out from the crowd, you've built a relationship with them, and you've used this book to tell people who you are. The bottom line here is that this book has to help you make money. I want to change the game you're playing, change the marketing game. I hope you're seeing the value with this, because I'll tell you, in many respects, this is a very simple deal. Writing a book traditionally is not a simple deal. It's a big process. It's expensive. It involves a lot of people, and a lot of people you have to trust because you don't know what the system is. I have created a system where you can do this super simple. I'm going to show you in a minute here. The value is simple. It's a business builder. It's a relationship retainer. You can start conversations easily. You're a celebrity. You get your face and your name out there in places. I'm telling you, these books go places you could never go. You are the author and the celebrity business per person. This absolutely cuts through the noise. To say it's priceless is probably, I suppose you could put a value on it in some way, but it's worth a lot. I basically offer 3 packages. I'm going to show you these here, but I want you to know that this first package, the classic, we're offering with Elsa here. I'm offering a very, very special offer on this, a big discount on this. I want to tell you about it. But let me go through each of these packages, and I'll tell you exactly how this works. By the way, if you go to my website, introduceyourselfbooks.com, there is a step-by-step. I take you step-by-step how we build this. I'll talk about it here in a minute too, but you can watch videos and see how I put these things together in conjunction with you, where you do almost no work. But the books end up looking like this. It's about 114-page books. This classic is classic quotes. I'm a quote guy. So I set aside in this, I fill it up with some of my favorite quotes, but there are 6 pages set aside for you to advertise your own favorite quotes and testimonials and offers that you make as a business person. For example, if they've got the book, you can give them 15% off of this or that or the other thing. You can really make any kind of offer in here that you like, and you get 200 books for this. And again, in a minute, I'll tell you the special offer I'm going to give that really gets this price to the point where you can hardly say no. By the way, my publishing company is Mindbread Publishing. This is a big standout there's a big differentiator in the market, because most people with self-published, just they have their name on it, and it's pretty clear it was self-published by them. When you get a book done with me, you get published under my publishing company's moniker, and you get this logo on the book, and it makes it look just super legit. I mean, it stands out very much. The number 2 package, I'm sorry for the numbering here, I messed that up, is the Pulitzer package. This is very similar to the classic, except with more customization, even more classic quotes, and 10 pages devoted to custom copy that I'll write for you that explains your business message, your own quotes and testimonials and so on. And this includes 500 books. There's a lot. I'll tell you what, man, it's 500. You'll get to meet 500 people you would never meet before. Put a price on that. The third package, again, sorry about the numbering here. The third package is my bestseller package. Let me explain this briefly. This is really the best value. For $39.95, you get 750 books, and if you mention that you heard this here, I'll bump it to 1,000, with a higher degree of customization, with as many quotes, notes, and stories as you would like, all prepared in conjunction with our writing team. I have 2 other writers that I work with to help me write up the copy and the text for this. In addition, I will make your book an Amazon #1 bestseller. You can tell the world your story and leave a legacy and write your own bestseller. There's a system to creating an Amazon #1 bestseller, and if you buy this package, that's included. In the other packages, you can get that as an add-on feature. But the idea here is that it's pretty cool when you can take your book, and again, this is a real book, but I'll turn it into an ebook. We'll put it on Amazon and make it a #1 bestseller. That's pretty cool. And you can put that on in your marketing materials if you like. By the way, all of the custom cover that we create for you, you can use this in your own email marketing. You can put it on your website. You can start, as soon as you sign up for the package, you can we'll get the cover. The cover is one of the first things we do, and you can start using that in your marketing right now. There's a lot of uses for these kinds of books. If you want to, you can sell If you want to, on the cover, we can put a price on here and you can sell them directly through to people, or you can just give them away. I give mine away. It's just, in fact, I've got a price on mine, but I give them away for free. People think that's great value. I direct mail them a lot with a cover letter saying, hey, look, it's nice to meet you. I'd like to follow up with you in a week and talk to you about your house. In the meantime, this will tell you who I am. I tell you, when people get a book in the mail, particularly, sometimes with my books, I'll shrink wrap them and put a little sticker on the front. And when people get that, it's tremendous value. Like I like to say, business cards get tossed and written pitches get thrown away and forgotten or filed. Nobody throws away these books. You can use them on social media. You can give them all your business leads. If you are speaking or you're looking for media attention, these books are great. These morning talk shows on any local television station, the morning talk shows are always looking for guests. And, they might get on the local, the local food bank or the dog adoption agency and stuff. You can easily get on these shows, and these books will get you on. You cannot get on these shows without a book. These books will get you on, and on the radio as well. You can turn it into an ebook. You can sell it on Amazon if you want. But believe me, like I say, these are like employees talking about you 24/7. You're getting the word out in a way that's going to stick with people for a long time. If you decide to do this with me, and again, I'm going to tell you about the special deal in a minute, but if you decide to do this with me, this is how easy this is. All I need is a high-resolution headshot of you for the cover photo. Some people don't want their covers on a book. That's fine. We can find out there's a million other things that can be done other than having your picture there. Although I suggest you at least you have your face on the front or the back cover so people can see you. Some title ideas. Oh, by the way, any idea that you might have a cover, you may have dreamed, if you've always wanted to have a book, we can custom create a cover just for you. Some title ideas, if you have any. We have some basic covers to choose from, but again, what's important here is that you're happy with the cover. You got to be super proud of this. I want you to give this book to every single human being you come in contact with, and you have to be proud of it to do that. We need 5 or 10 quotes, some things that you really like. The quotes and the testimonials and stuff, we can get this in the half-hour phone call that you'll have with me or one of our writers to create the sales copy that's going to go inside your book. We're going to keep in mind that most of the quotes inside this book will be quotes that we've pre-selected, just classic quotes from great leaders, business leaders down through time, humorists, philosophers, educators, athletes. These are just some great quotes, and I can let you look at those ahead of time. And then once you get that done, it'll take a half an hour of your time and a photograph. Our team does the rest. We'll send you proofs throughout the process. And when you finally sign off on the final draft and get it done, the books will be done, printed, and delivered to you. We can do this whole process in 4 weeks. This is unbelievable. I mean, I challenge you to find anybody else in the industry that can create a custom-based book about you in 4 weeks. What I would like you to do is this. I want you, if you have any questions at all, I want you to contact me directly. These are my numbers. I'll show these again here a little bit later, or email me, bill@introduceyourselfbooks.com. Again, my direct dial number is 720-306-1242. I live in the Denver area. Or email me, bill@introduceyourselfbooks.com if you have any questions. Now, let's talk about the special deal. Wait, first, these are my promises. Now, I stand by these. This book is going to make you a one-of-a-kind in your market. Nobody else in your market is going to have anything like this. And believe me, if you want to stand out in the crowd, if you're competing with 5 other people to buy a house and you give someone your book as a gift, believe me, they won't forget you. And this can lead to direct. This is money. This is money. You can build new relationships with people who believe in your relationships. This stays behind after you go. This really is so much better than a business card or a flyer or anything else you got, man. Nobody is going to throw this book away because it's filled with really valuable quotes and ideas, and we can set this up in a way that these books will create a lot of long-term loyalty to you. People are going to get to know you and love you. You're going to, of course, increase the number of people that want to deal with you. And the impression that you leave, what's that worth? You talk about making an impression in 5 seconds. There's no better way. Let's talk about this special offer. This is just for people listening to this right now and clients of Elsa. what I've done is with the classic package, which we've been talking about, is regularly $19.95. If you call Elsa right now, and I'll give you her number in a minute, I'm going to give you this with 200 books for $12.95. This is an unbelievable deal. 200 books for $12.95. That's a little over $6 a book if you break that down. We are going to write a book for you and print it, customize your face on a glossy cover that's going to be knockout cool for $12.95, 200 bucks. This is a really, really incredible deal. And I'll do better than that. If you want me to make your book an Amazon #1 bestseller, I'll do that for an additional $200. I usually charge twice that to do this for people. But I want you, if that's important to you, I will put your book on Amazon and we'll sell it on Amazon and we'll make it a bestseller. And by the way, if I fail to do that, I'll give you $200 back. So it's a really irresistible offer. This is really, really, this is so cool. In fact, every time I think about this, I get more excited about it. My suggestion to you is let's roll on this. I don't have room for a ton of people to do this. So at some point, I'm going to have to stop this. If you want to be first in the door, you'll be the first one out. I would suggest you contact Elsa right now at 980-255-5450. That's 980-255-5450, and tell her that you want to get in on this special for $12.95. If you have questions, you can. I put my number up before, but I'll give it to. But you can just email directly at bill@introduceyourselfbooks.com, and be sure to visit me at introduceyourselfbooks.com. That's my website. And if you want to call me directly, write this number down: 720-306-1242. What we're going to do on this is we're going to run all these orders through Elsa. So if you want to order right now, either way, you're going to have a conversation with me. So if you want to sign up for this, call Elsa right now. Get signed up quick, because I got a feeling that the queue is going to fill up fast on this. And we only have so many people here. So if you're the 10th one to call, there may be a little bit of a lag time. We can talk about that on the phone call, but get in quick. And you can have your 200 books in 4 weeks. And I'll tell you what, if you want to make a dynamic impact and do it now, wow, I would especially urge you to get going on this and not wait around. I'll put this up one more time so you can see it. I'm sorry, Elsa, you got to slap my hands with a stick and make me quit horsing around with my PowerPoint, because I don't know what I'm doing. But that's the program, guys, and I would really, really love to work with you. Again, my sole purpose here is for you to be an outstanding success with your book. And if there's anything I can do to help you do that, let's roll. Elsa, I'll throw it back at you.
All right, Bill. I really appreciate you doing this, and I hope the phone starts ringing, because this is a big deal to really help people brand themselves and get them out there, like you said, set themselves apart from the others.
Set himself apart. That's what it's all about. That really is what it's all about. And Elsa, I just so appreciate being able to be teamed up with you on this. So anything I can do to support you, let me know. Please, folks, give me a call or call Elsa right away, and we'll get this thing rolling.
All right. I really appreciate you, Bill. And again, everybody, thanks for being on here today.